The idea is everyone needs to become a professional quitter, right? It's like we need to get really good at quitting. And as I'm listening to you, I'm thinking back to, I remember when I decided to become a monk, pretty much no one around me understood why. I remember when I decided to leave the monastery, pretty much everyone around me didn't understand why. When I decided to get a job in consulting after being a monk, people were like, why? When I decided to leave my successful consulting job to try and make videos online, people were like, why are you doing that? Then when those videos became successful and I decided to launch a podcast, I had 3 podcast production companies tell me, Jay, people like listening to you for 4 minutes. No one wants to listen to you for an hour. Don't launch a podcast. So we launched a podcast anyway. And thanks to the millions of people that listen to you, that listen to us, that know us, that became a success. So I always listen to people, not the executives in the room. Then I wanted to launch a book, Mel, and I went to launch a book and 14 out of 17 imprints told me, don't call it Think Like a Monk because no one wants to think like a monk. 5 years later, the book sold millions of copies. Again, thanks to those people, not the people in the room. Why am I sharing all of that? Because I didn't know what the future held. It's not that I had a really clear view of exactly where I was going, or that when I left the monastery, I knew I'd be here today, or that when we launched the podcast, I knew I'd be here. And I want to get that thought out of people's heads, that if I don't have the full life mapped out and planned out, that I can't take the first step. Because I don't think I've ever known where my life's going. And so this whole idea that you have to have everything figured out before you take your first step is the biggest lie we've been told. This idea that if you don't have a clear vision, you don't know where you're going, it's the biggest lie we've been told. How could anyone possibly have every step mapped out? Tell me one person that we know in the world, anyone you look up to, that could tell you they meticulously knew every single step. They didn't, but they took that first step. And I think that's what's holding us back, is this idea that I have to know everything before I do one thing.